Aloha. Aloha, Rich Albertson here. And in this video, I'm going to start with section 3.1 on linear regression. And then I'm going to try to get you through the first lab, 3.5 on linear regression. So we take a look here. You've heard of linear regression. We talked about it a lot already. Basically, it's trying to find a nice line. There's a bunch. You have a bunch of instances or samples, and you want to try to find a line that will approximate the the samples. So here's an example. You should click this and go through it, and it talks about how you arrive at the linear regression equation or formula. You don't have to know about how it's derived, and you don't even really have to be handy at calculating. You just need to know things like the constant here, which is where it intersects the y-axis, where it's x is 0, and then the coefficient of the variable x, and the variable x would be the x-axis, because the coefficient represents the slope, whether it's at a steep angle or a not so steep angle, and the constant here refers to where it crosses the y-axis when x is equal to 0. So that's all you really have to know about. But go through this and pay a lot of attention to the graphs. You can read it, pay a lot of attention to the graphs. And if you're not so handy with math, then you don't need to pay too much attention to the equation, because it may confuse you at first. But I tell you, by the way, by the end of all this, the equations are going to make a lot more sense to you. This is the most common method for figuring out this linear regression equation here. It's called least squares. Take a look at that. Right now, this might not mean much to you, but later on, you'll sort of understand what's going on. You're summing up a bunch of, products that as x varies and so on. So, if we go, and then linear regression is just on one input variable, or one variable that varies. And here we're varying bedrooms and we're looking for price. Multiple regression means you can have more than one input, which makes more sense. I mean, number of bedrooms might not be enough. Maybe you want to have also a number of bathrooms. So those two things predict the price. And so multiple regression is a method for first you figure out the equation, and there's going to be two input variables. So there's going to be two coefficients, which represent two different slopes, along with where it crosses the y-axis when both of these inputs are 0. But this becomes a little bit more difficult to visualize, but here this makes an attempt to do that. And again, if you can try to pay more attention to the graphs and sort of get the idea of what's going on, you're going to learn this method. You're going to learn how to apply it, but then also you need to learn when it's best applied. Okay, you don't have to learn how the calculations work like we used to back when I took statistics in the last century. So so go through this. So I'm going to power up the Jupyter here, and I'm also going to open up a second instance of this. Oops. So I can so I can do this right. And where's Jupyter? Okay, once Jupyter opens up here on this side, I'm going to open up the lab. Okay, so this is the lab that we're going to do on the right, and this is the Jupyter on the left. Okay, and so we're going to look and see what we do on the left here, and we're going to figure out where that goes on the. So first of all, on this thing, we're looking at diamonds, the price of a diamond, carats and table, I guess, and we're predicting a price. Not sure what all that means, but these are just columns in the data set. So first we need to import the packages that we need. Then we need to initialize the model and fit the model. And then we have to, then it would like us to show it what the intercept weight is. And that where it intersects the y-axis. And then we get the estimates for the get the estimated weights for the carat and table features. That's the coefficients of these values, the coefficients of them. They have the weights, how much you, and then from that we're going to predict a price for a carat followed by a table. Okay, so this is so we're going to input all this data here, all of this data, take all of this carats, we're going to skip cut, we're going to skip color, we're going to skip clarity, we're going to skip depth, but we're going to include table. We're going to look at those things, and we're going to put, oh, and then there's price. There's price around here someplace. Oops. Let's see. Yeah, there's price at the end. Okay, so the inputs carat and table, and the output is going to be price. Okay, so first we're going to fit it, and we're going to predict from it. Okay, so let's go back to where we're going to type in our code, and let me get rid of this thing somehow. All right. Okay, so now, fortunately, the way they do this is they sort of tell you what you need to do along the way. So you don't need to go all the way back up to here again, but we'll just try to do it methodically here. All right. Input needed packages for regression. Well, it's going to be these two, copy, paste, and it's going to have to be this one also because we need the model. Copy and paste. Paste. Gotcha. All right. Import warnings. That's just there for us. Okay. So we learned something. Carats. This is where it asks it from the user. It asks you. This one looks like is carat, and this one is table. And then we're going to read up the data frame. We're going to read up the spreadsheet. And then we're going to define the inputs and define the output. And then we're going to, here we do, initialize the multiple linear regression. Okay, so let's go over here and let's see, let's go to down here. Okay, here we go. This is initializing this, it's going to call it, let me run this first. Okay, this is for linear. Am I looking at my right? Correct? I think I am. Is there a multiple linear regression one here? No. I guess I can use this one too, actually. That helps. Oh, anyway. Okay, so let's go back up to the panda thing. I mean, the Jupiter thing. There it is. Okay. Okay, so if we look at, yeah, okay, I want this. It's okay. It doesn't, it'll know by the size of the input. Copy. And that's going to go here. I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to use my keys, Control V. All right, and just I don't know what to call it. Can I just leave it the same? Maybe I'll just leave it the same. I'll just leave it the same. Okay, doesn't matter. And then I gotta copy this here. Control C, Control V. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oops, that's here. Control V. And the name of my variable here is not, really accurate because this is simp and we want mult. But maybe I'll just make it mult. I know I'm being stupid. T off. All right. So that now we fit it. And then we're gonna we gotta do the get the estimated intercept. Let's see. Oh look, get the estimated intercept. All right, so copy this and paste that here. Except for I gotta make it this name instead. And then I gotta get the coefficients, and that would be this one. Oh, look, here I am doing it for you. I didn't want to do that. All right, so if you look over here, this is the coefficient, and it wants you to store this variable. So you can just take this one, if you put that there, and then for the prediction, you need to create. Okay, it's going to be something like this, or maybe going to be like participation activity. Let's go down to participation activity. Three point 1.7. Where's 3.1.7? Oh, here we go. 3.1.7. Linear regression using scikit. Okay, so here this is where we, put that there, and you have to type it in to get the points. I'm just, you're able to do this too, but the idea is that you learn. This is where we did that. This is where we show the coefficients. And then this is where we do the prediction, see? And the prediction is we need to put it's caret and table. We need to put the predict, whatever we decide to, whatever we called it up here, we called it this. Here we put that, but the coefficients, and then here we put that, but the prediction with the predict method, which is this. But we are not putting, but you don't put the constants in constants. They are not constants. They're not actual numbers. They are, where do we read them in? Oh, they are this and this. Okay, so that's what you do. Anyway, so you should be able to get that. That's easy. I practically told you how to do it. All right. Next, I'm gonna while I'm at it, I might as well. I tell you what, I'm gonna end. I'm gonna end the video here, and I'm gonna start again and do section 3.2. Okay. So I'll be right back. Thanks for watching.